I tried making a Vocaloid song for the first time. I've never used the software, I've never even written a song with lyrics, but well, let's just say this is not my first time in flstudio. Hi, I'm Doobly. I make things. And I've been making music for a few years, mostly just for my friends' video games. We have such classics as Beach Music, Whatever This Is, and Generic Battle Theme. But one day in the shower, I randomly decided I wanted to try something different. Very different. Something, frankly, way more different than I was prepared for. I do have Vocaloid, but I haven't used it yet. I've been too scared to try. But whatever switch flipped in my brain really flipped all the way, because not only did I want to make a miku song, I wanted to make a power metal song. You know, like this. And, this. I don't even know how to play guitar. But like Samurai says, the only way to begin is by beginning. So the first thing to do was learn what actually power metal is. I watched this YouTube video and I learned that power metal is 1, for nerds. I am nerds. 2, in minor scales, I don't really know music theory. And 3, tends to mix some orchestra sounds in with the typical rock composition. I did not watch any other videos. Next up, writing lyrics. More than a decade ago, I remember trying to write lyrics for a Minecraft song parody, and thankfully I never finished. It would have been bad. But if there's one thing I think I know about songwriting, it's that you gotta do it from the heart. It's about, like, communicating a thing. Like some kind of art. Or something. And if there's one big feeling I've been having lately, it's burnout. Specifically the burnout that comes from winning exactly 4th place in every competition I've ever been in. Just not quite enough for Mario Kart to call you a winner. Honestly, it's kind of funny, but it does wear you down after a while. The question is, how to turn this into a power metal song? Well, rule number 1, power metal is for nerds. So I started thinking of an epic fantasy type deal where the chosen one hero keeps not quite being strong enough to fulfill her quest. The feeling of literally being born to do a thing you cannot manage is definitely what I'm going for. So I wrote out this as a possible chorus. I could definitely hear this fitting the power metal sound, but to make a full song out of it, we gotta expand the story. I used the idea of light and sunrise as a metaphor in this, so I figured maybe I could expand it into a much more detailed allegory. So here's the lore. In ancient times, humanity killed the sun, consuming its light and plunging the world into endless darkness. Stars fell from the heavens, and eldritch nightmares seeped in through cracks in the sky. Only those few humans who could draw out the waning light of the sun from within could fight this tide and keep the world alive. Our hero is the last of them. She is humanity's last hope of restoring the sun. And she is just genuinely not strong enough to pull it off. In most stories, this would only be where it starts. Our hero would get stronger, her failures would retroactively be made okay as just being stepping stones to later success. Not this one, though. This story's about coping with the fact that the path you're on is genuinely not viable. You can't do it. It's about finding a different way to live. And with that, I wrote some the heckin' lyrics. You'll get to see them in a bit. Next thing I did was sketch out the melody of the lyrics on piano and use that as a guide for the instrumental. Let's introduce the band. We got MT Power Drum Kit 2, because there's 2 of them. I just needed the second one to mix for the bass. We got Sursvit Bass, why is it spelled like that, on the hard drive tone setting. 2 electric guitars I made using some of the flstudio defaults and this free plugin called Amped Roots, which is, I think, actually the entire reason I was able to make this song. A mix of the Contact 7 free orchestra and my idol, my savior, the anointed Toho sound fonts for the orchestra backing sounds. And finally, the secret 4th ingredient of power metal, a cool synth to go alongside the electric guitar. We're in the key of E, the scale of minor, and since I'm not experienced at writing lyrics, I kinda had to go with whatever worked. So this song ended up needing to be in multiple different BPMs and alternating rhythms. At least I didn't do any key changes, saved myself some trouble. Okay, I've put it off long enough. It's time to actually use Vocaloid. It was honestly a lot more straightforward than I expected. Good software. I don't know how they do it, but the software seems to kind of automatically know how to line up the syllables of different words and how to bridge the notes from one word to the next. Whenever I needed to force it to do something it didn't want to do, I'm sure there was a better way, but I just brute forced it by writing the words phonetically. I wanted to use Miku since this is my first Vocaloid song. It would be wrong not to, but her voice is not really built for this kind of music, and my attempts at really learning what people mean when they say tuning yielded basically nothing. I did find a bunch of presets though, and just like with flstudio, I relied on them completely and changed almost nothing. I do think I got the hang of it after a while. You might even literally hear me get better with it over the course of the song, but I gotta say, this kind of music is a whole different beast than what I'm used to. I can usually bust out a boss theme in a day or two. This took weeks, and I've been told that mixing audio is something one has to fumble their way through for years before they really get good at it, so, well, let me know how I did. If I were to give this song a proper name, it would be something like Burnout Hero. But I thought it would be funnier to call it my first Vocaloid song, Please Be Nice. What'd you think? If you liked it, I might make a proper upload. Even a music video, maybe, to go along with it. We'll see. Either way, have fun.